All right, happy Monday. I hope we're well and had a lovely weekend. So as always, we're going to start in our lovely seated posture, and we're just going to connect with our breathing. So sitting nice and tall, legs crossed or out in front of you, any position that feels comfortable for your body to lengthen your spine. So really grounding down. You want to think about your seat bones almost like magnets pulling you down. Lovely piece of string on the top of the head pulling you up, shoulders down, nice long neck. Great. So you're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. Nice controlled exhale through the mouth. And as we take these few rounds of breath here, we want to just really invite ourselves into the practice today. So finding these breaths also as a sense of grounding, really bringing our energy and focus and attention to the movement we're about to do to set us up for a really nice day. Taking one more breath like that. Lovely. Good. We're going to interlace the hands now. We're going to take some seated cat and cow. So you're going to push the hands forward, push your spine back behind you, really curl through your abdominals and look down towards your feet here. We come up through a nice straight spine, and then we want to sort of arch through the back, have a little wiggle into the rib cage. Realign as you exhale, press your hands down. Good. So we come in, nice tall spine. We curl back, push the spine back behind you. Really broaden through the back of the shoulders. We come through a nice straight neutral sort of spine. And we go to a little semi-arch, have a little wiggle, and exhale, really grounding down. We can take that one more time. Deep breath in, mobilizing that spine, preparing the back body for our class. Coming up nice and tall, a little bit of a wiggle, and then realign as you exhale. Nice. All right, my lovely. So take a few circles into the wrists as well, just to really prepare those joints. We're going to take a little bit of our 4-point posture to start today, so a bit more weight bearing on those wrists. So we're going to come straight over to our 4-point posture. We've already done a little bit of cat and cow, so we should be sort of ready to move into some exercises here. So in your 4-point, as always, we want to make sure that we're aligning our hips over our knees and shoulders over our wrists, and a little micro bend into those arms. Start to really draw the abdominals up. We're going to slide the left hand more to the center of your mat. Take your right arm to your right shoulder and then draw your right arm up. So we're opening through that shoulder. We're going to bend into the left elbow as we spiral underneath, feeling a nice twist through the core, and then drawing it back up. So sort of warming up that left arm. So a little sort of half push up in a sense. And then coming back up, deep breath in at the top. Exhale as we move. Good. Now you're going to take one more and we're going to hold it down there. So we're going to hold that arm in flexion. Hold that position. Draw the belly up. Keep square through the chest for one more deep breath. And then draw that arm up. Big stretch over to open that shoulder. And we'll come into the other side. So we are opening the shoulder joint here, but also working on sort of firing up that arm. So right arm's going to slide in. Left arm to draw up this time. And then we're going to bend that right elbow and take that arm under. Deep breath in as you draw the arm up and exhale, spiral. Deep breath in and exhale, spiral. We're going to take our final one of these. We're going to hold it down there. Find that position, engaging that arm. And then draw the arms up, big stretch over and coming down. Lovely. Have a little shift from side to side. Nice. Taking your hands now back underneath your shoulders, bring your knees together, and we're going to slide our right leg back behind us. So nice strong leg there, really stretching out through the knee. We're going to draw that knee in towards our chest. We're not going to curl today. We're going to keep a straight spine. So we're just finding that engagement. Exhale, press it back. We're going to take just 2 more of these and we're going to add a little combination today. So strong exhale. Now you're going to draw that knee in on your inhale. As you send it back, you're now going to place it down to the floor. So you're going to flex the toe, place it down, and then just lift your underneath knee and then bring it down. So we're going to do that 3 more times. So knee's going to come in, extend, place it down, abs are strong, and lower. And inhaling, exhaling, and up and down. Deep breath, extend, and up. We're going to take our final one here. Breathing in and up. Good. Now just hold that leg back behind you. You're going to take some tiny little circles. So just circling that back foot. Think about drawing these little circles like you have a pen on your big toe. And then reverse. Taking one more deep breath. Hold it there. Maybe extend your opposite arm for that final hold. Good. And then bring it down. Lovely, guys. Push back. Have a little child's pose. Have a little roll out of your wrists. Just relaxing there. Take a deep breath. Lovely. And we're going to do that on our second side. So hands directly underneath those shoulders, semi-bending through those arms. Going to bring the knees to touch. And this time sliding our left leg back behind us. Lovely straight knee there. So we're going to draw that knee in towards our chest. And then take it back with control. And then squeezing it in. And taking it back. Nice. So you're going to add on now. You're going to reach it in. Take it back. Flex your foot. Little lift. And down. And squeezing it in. Back. Little lift. And down. Really think about the abdominal squeezing here. Really finding that pathway. Good. We've got one more there. Deep breaths. Exhaling. And up. Nice. Now you're going to hold that leg and little circles. So again, try to focus on that leg sort of moving in the top of the hip there. Then reverse. Take your final hold, maybe extending that opposite arm, feeling that length. And then exhale down. Lovely. Have a little shift. Your hips from side to side, maybe pushing back to a child's pose. And then we're going to come down onto our back. Bring your knees with you and give them a lovely squeeze. Have a little rock there. So first supine posture of our practice today. Let's take a quick twist before we get started. So you're going to bring your knees together, feet to touch, and just drop your knees to one side of your mat, keeping your other shoulder really drawing down, pressing down there, feeling that lovely transverse stretch. Try to also keep it in line, just to practice good alignment. And then drifting those knees over to the other side. Same thing, keeping that opposite shoulder, pulling down, that nice stretch across for one more deep breath. And coming up. Lovely, guys. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of single leg work, and then we're going to come into abs actually. So we're going to do a little leg work first today. So take your right knee into your chest, give it a nice tight squeeze, and then just sort of take a little shuffle of that leg from side to side. So just warming up the top of the hip there. Nice. And then we're going to take that leg directly up towards the ceiling, taking a few circles into the ankle, both directions. Great. Now, same hand as leg. You're going to take it down to the floor and press your hand down. So you're really grounding yourself here. Back of the knee, you can have a gentle bend, but do your best to keep it really straight here. And then opposite arm is going to reach up and sort of mirror that leg. So leg and arm are going to go away from each other, and our hips are going to stay square. And then we're going to draw up to the top, and then we're going to drop the other direction. So we go across and then down. And then on this one, we're going to come up to a little crunch. So that's our little combination today. So staying down, exhaling, and then drawing up, then reaching away, making like a cross and then coming up. So a little bit of ab engagement as well. So open out to the side, controlling that lift, reaching long and squeezing to lift. Good, we're going to do that one more time. And up and reaching and lift. Good, now stay there, lifting your other arm, little pulses, just reaching up to that big toe. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then hug that knee in. Give it a lovely tight squeeze. Good. We're going to just cross that leg over. So the leg that's just been in the air, cross it over and just take a little bit of a deeper twist before we do the second side, just to release the outside of the hips. Nice. All right, so we're going to take that on the second side. So squeezing your other knee in towards your chest and just start with those little pull-ins just to release the hip, thinking kind of that ball and socket joint, applying a little bit of pressure into that hip. And then taking that leg up, hands to the back of the knee, nice circles into the ankle. We're going to take that both directions. And then preparing for that little leg combo. So same hand as the leg to the floor, opposite arm is reaching up. We're going to take that little open. Our hips are going to stay square. So you don't want to go too far that you tip. You want to keep that alignment. Coming up, reaching arm and leg away, and then squeezing to lift. Good. Inhaling. Find that expansion, and then up. Lengthen it out. And drawing it up. Good. Inhaling. And exhaling. And extending. And up. Good. Let's do one more of those. Keeping that control. Focusing on the breath. And draw it up. Good. Other arm is going to join, and we're going to take those little pulses up towards the big foot, the big toe. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bring it down. Good. Cross that leg over, so you've got your working leg on top, and then taking that twist as we did on the first side, just to really open that outside of the thigh there. Beautiful. All right, my lovelies, let's go straight into our supine twist. Find those obliques, find those abdominals. Really good one to fire everything up. So reaching the arms up and then finding your T position. For this one, we're going to have our palms facing up. So palms facing up, we tuck the pelvis slightly to lift the legs to find our 90-degree angle, and then we're going to squeeze those knees in. We take a deep breath and exhale to one side. Shoulders are staying square. And then we draw the legs up. Exhaling to the other side. And inhaling to draw that position up. So really think about everything else staying really strong and still. And your waist is the only area that is allowing this movement to sort of occur. So you're going to find that strong connection to your abdominals if you think about isolation here. Good. Let's take a couple more. And up. And one more like that. Staying with your head facing directly to the sky. And up. Lovely. Stay there. We're going to take a little bit of a crunch combination now. So hands to the back of your head. As you exhale, just coming up to a little crunch and inhale lower. So nice and simple. Stay with this option, or we're going to add a little leg extension. So you're going to just reach one leg long and then coming back up. And other leg long and up. And as you do this, try to keep those elbows nice and wide. So we're keeping broadness across the chest. And up. Let's just do a couple more. And in. One more. And in. Lovely. Bring your feet down. have a little windscreen wiper. Just relax the hips from side to side. Nicely done, guys. Okay, let's take a couple of our roll-ups now. So we're going to stretch the legs out long. Remember, roll-ups, if you have any problem with your back, any issues with your back, or it hurts in any way, you want to keep your knees bent, use your hands and find an adjustment there. Otherwise, we're going to stretch the legs out long. We're going to reach the arms back behind us. Strong exhale to find a nice tall back. So at the top, you want to think from your bottom of your spine all the way to the back of your neck. And then we're going to take left arm open to start. So you're going to open that arm, keeping that nice tall back, and then a nice scoop roll down today. So like you're scooping something with this arm all the way down, reaching down through the spine, and inhale at the bottom. Exhaling, keeping that lovely smooth pattern to come up. Opening your other arm this time, so your right arm, and then scooping back, finding that pathway all the way down through your spine, through your back body. Inhaling at the bottom, exhaling, tall spine, dropping the shoulders. Keep your gaze on that hand, and then curling down. Keep that nice smooth sort of approach with every roll down. Find a little bit more control. We have one more full set. Exhaling and reaching and curling all the way down. Final one, and then reach it back. Lovely, guys. Take a full stretch there. We're going to roll over to one side now. So coming over to your side body, we're going to stay on our forearm here. We're going to do some clams with added arm lifts. So knees are bent. We're pulling up through the side waist, checking that your shoulder is directly over that elbow, and we want to make sure we're not slouching. So we're pulling up here. Top arm is forward. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to come up and then inhale to lower. So deep breath and exhale to push up and inhale to lower. Good. Exhaling and inhaling. And one more. Exhaling and inhaling to lower. Nice. Now you're going to take that top leg straight behind you. Send your underneath leg out long. And we're going to take a little side extender lift now. So same sort of feeling. You're going to push the mat away. You're going to come up and then inhale to lower. And exhale, using that side waist to push your body up. And then down. And two more. And down. And last one, hold it up there. You might want to see if you can just hover that leg for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Pushing yourself up. Bring that underneath arm across your body for a quick little stretch there. Lovely. And then swinging the legs around, and we'll take that all on our second side. So as you did on the first side, really set yourself up so you've got that really nice strong side support. When you think about that waist and top hand reaching forward, pushing the mat away, lifting up to that, find that elevated clam posture, and inhale. Try to resist your lower as well. So you want to think about sort of lowering softly down onto your mat with that control, easing it down. Exhaling and controlling it down. Good. Taking one more there. Controlling it down. Nice. Good. And then you're going to take that top leg back behind you, stretching that underneath leg, exhaling to push it up, and then inhaling down. And exhale. Inhaling lower. We have just two more. Think of pushing the mat away, drawing the pelvis up and down. Last one, we're going to take that final little hold. Maybe you can just lift that leg for 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Draw yourself up. Take that underneath arm across for a quick stretch there. And then you're going to come back down on our mat for our last little section. So just coming back down. We're going to do a little bit of work into our lower pelvic floor, a few bridges just to finish off. Great one for our spine. So having a nice press down of your hands into the floor. Feel that nice grounding, yeah? And then taking your attention to your lower abdominals. So lower pubic bone, hip bones, we think about this area, initiating that roll up from here. So we take that tuck, we draw those muscles down. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging for your stability, you can take the arms up here, pressing down through the feet, continuing that roll up. So peeling the spine off the mat. And then at the top, think about those hips really pointing up. Underneath the glutes are pushing higher. Back body is strong. Lifting the heels and then slowly rolling all the way back down through the spine. Nice and slow. Dropping the bottom, dropping the heels to re-prepare. Tucking that pelvis. Peeling the spine up. One vertebrae at a time. Pushing up at the top. Lifting those heels, push a little bit higher, roll it down, keeping that beautiful control. Good. Now we're going to add a little variation on. So we're going to tuck the pelvis, keep that smooth pattern all the way up at the top. We're going to lift the heels. We're going to take the arms and knees to semi-open, squeeze back in, and then roll it down. Taking that just 2 more times. So tucking the pelvis, rolling up, lifting high on the balls of the feet, little open and in, and rolling it down. Let's take one more like that. Tucking that pelvis, really draw everything down, peeling that spine up, really firing up through that core, lifting it up, open little sort of clam and in. And we're going to stay here and we're just going to hold this position. Keep pushing everything up, really engaging everything strong for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then slowly rolling it down nice and slow. Good job. Take a little windscreen wiper. Lovely work. Okay, let's take a stretch out now, my lovelies, just to finish off with a nice stretch. Excuse me. So taking your right leg up, finding your half happy baby. We want to get into that hip. You might want to have a little bit of a rock, having a stretch out, feeling a nice strong compression into that hip. And then very gently just making your way up to your hamstring stretch. So back of the thigh, back of the calf, maybe reaching towards your foot. And just try to soften your energy here, soften your breath. You want to think about your bottom staying on the floor as well. So we don't want to take the alignment off too much here. And then bring that leg down. And we'll take the other side. Left leg, half happy baby, having a nice rock, a little stretch out if that feels nice, just keeping that opposite hip, watching that is staying kind of square if possible. A little bit of a rock. Good, drawing that leg back up, back of your calf, back of your thigh, stretching it back. Again, just really focusing on the breathing with stretching. We want to relax as much as we can. Final deep breath. And then bring it down. We're going to cross your ankles, have a few nice rolls up and down your spine here. Little sort of massage for the back. And then coming all the way up, we're going to take a seated tree. So bringing one leg in, one leg out long, drawing the body up, reaching the arms up, stretching over. Really relax the head here. And then drawing the body up, opening out, and just taking that to the other side. Again, sitting evenly on your seat bones, reaching up over the leg. And then coming back up. Nice. And we'll bend the knees. And we're going to finish with a few circles into our head and neck. So again, re-establishing that posture that we found at the very start of class. Nice tall spine. Closing your eyes, drop the chin to the chest, and take a nice big circle around with that head. Just taking a few one direction and then reversing that. Good. And then sitting nice and tall, and we will finish with our 3 deep breaths. Really good job, guys. So reaching the arms out, deep breath in as you draw the arms up, looking up towards the fingers. Big exhale to ground yourself down. Deep breath in. And exhaling. Good. And final one, taking in lots of positive energy to your body and mind. And big exhale, 3. Good job.